Hey, does this work? I don't know. Anyway. This is Jeff again with Evolve Ventures, ReGuideService.com, ReIGUIDESERVIC.com. Thought I'd take a quick ride around the yard and talk to you about, I need lights. Talk to you about starting a business, any kind of small business. It takes a lot of different aspects of starting a small business. I wrote an article you can find on my YouTube. I might link it, I might not. I don't really remember to do that a lot. But there is an article that I wrote about the difference between being a business operator and a business owner. Now, the difference is important to know because a lot of people want to be business owners, but they really want to be business operators because owning a business and operating a business are not the same thing. It's like owning a restaurant versus being a chef. Not the same thing. But in starting a business, there's a lot of elements that a lot of people don't really think about. You know, they think they want to do lawn service, they want to do something like that. This thing has a tendency of dying and flooding on me after I ride for a couple minutes. It'll be all right. A lot of people think that they want to start like a landscaping business, right? But they don't really think about how can I put together a full plethora of things that people and services that people could buy from me. People could spend money with me doing these things, right? And they don't really think about all of the things that are necessary to run a small business, you know, especially with how hard it is to get clients and retain clients. You know, making sure that you're offering the best service possible is one element of it. And nowadays, honestly, that's a huge element. It's really hard to find people and businesses that seem to care about customer service. So let's say that you're worried about not being able to offer something at the same scale as other businesses that are in the same market as you, maybe a big corporate business. Well, that doesn't necessarily matter because I know for a fact when I was a kid, there was a company that was very well known for doing yards, cutting grass for basically $15 a yard. Except if you had a water hose in your backyard or the kids had a toy back there, anything like that, they were just going to run it over. It said that in their agreement that you understood that you're not going to leave anything in the yard, and if you do, they're going to probably run it over. And so people didn't necessarily want that. Some people just wanted super cheap. Some people didn't care because they didn't have kids, they didn't have dogs, they didn't have, you know, a garden hose laying in their backyard. So they don't care. $15, come over and cut the grass. You know, maybe you miss a couple little tiny spots here and there, but generally speaking, it's enough to get through the HOA. There's people that are wanting that business, and maybe that's your business model. But then there's the other business model of being able to provide that's a big old June bug. But then there's the other business model of being able to provide that full customer service. You're there weeding the flower beds, you're cutting the hedges, you're offering an entire array of services, and for that you're charging a lot more money. But people like that service. They like not only getting all of those things taken care of, but they like the intimacy of being able to talk to you, being able to deal with you. So you just got to remember, people are willing to pay for what it is that they're getting. And if they're just getting some real quick, shoddy grass cutting with a guy running around with a weed eater super quick, hey, maybe they're okay with that, and maybe that's what they're into, and that's fine. If that's not your service, then don't worry about how you can bring those people over to you, because the only thing you can do is provide the service at the level and at the plan that you want it to, and then in time you'll bring over the customers that want the thing that you're providing. And if there's customers that you think, I'm not used to driving this slow in this thing does not like driving slow. If you provide a certain level of service and you're just known for providing that level of service and you get higher end customers, you're just going to continue to get higher end customers. If you do cheap work and offer cheap results, well, then that's what you're going to be known for, and that's what you're going to get. You're just going to be stuck in that. It's like a restaurant that offers coupons, and then people only come there and eat whenever they offer coupons because their food's not that great, but it's cheap whenever they offer a coupon. You just have to determine what style of business you want to be in and figure out ways that you can maximize the profit. Figure out ways that you can squeeze the juice. No squeezing the juice. You got to squeeze the juice, okay? Because there's not that much juice in small business. That's why it's a small business. Now, you can slowly, over time, expand that small business and become a larger and larger business, but when you're starting, you're a small business. And it's not a bad thing to be a small business because you learn how to perfect your craft. You know how to take care of customers on a personal level. And until you can take care of customers on a personal level, until you can provide that service on that excellent rating or on that level of excellence, then you don't need to be a big business. You need to be able to be the business that is providing the service for whatever it is that you advertise. You need to deliver the goods that you're promoting. And once you can do that in an excellent way, take care of everybody that you have to take care of, all the customers that you've made promises to, then you can expand. And maybe one day you'll be a big business. And if you are a big business doing things that way, well, then the chances are that you probably got to be a big business that way because you had a bunch of loyal customers, because you had good service, you had good results, you took care of people. Be blessed, bless others. ReGuideService.com, ReiguideService.com. Later, skaters.